Welcome to Wrestle Heads. I'm Chuck Jones.
I'm Lamar Scott.
I'm Randy Jackson.
It was a great week in wrestling turned in. We don't have Lucha Underground anymore, but somehow, some way, we managed to get through without them. So we got SummerSlam coming up in the following weekend, so this week would be the last week for them to really tighten up the screws on the card and get the match together and everything like that. Some of the main news and notes that you can take from Monday Night Raw this week. Cody Rhodes started a big storyline with the gentleman that's doing the Green Arrow movie. Is that correct? TV show, movie, whatever. The bottom line is it looks like it's going to be him and Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam.
Tag team match.
Oh, is it going to be a tag team match?
Yeah, it's gonna be Neville and it's Red Arrow and Green Arrow versus Stardust and the King, Barrett.
Oh, okay. So we got that to look forward to, and they started it off, getting it ready for the show and everything. I'm gonna just say I don't like it. I don't like that Cody Rhodes is still, looking bad out there, and he should be really victorious right now, and things like that, and trying to really get him to the next level. And I just don't feel like it's gonna happen for him. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree the same way, but
No, I do. I think it will. Hopefully, I'm trying to hold the faith that after this little bullshit that he has with the Green Arrow, that it'll put him into something more productive. You know what I'm saying? Like where he can reach for something instead of reaching for that imaginary brass ring in the sky. I think it's kind of criminal on how they're handling Cody Rhodes' career. You know what I mean? With him being one of the better young now, he's not as young as he used to, but he's still a young guy, and he still is one of their better talent-wise wrestlers that they have in their organization, and they treat him pretty much like a second-rate jobber.
totally agree.
So
Totally.
they got the match set up for SummerSlam, but let me be honest, I'm I'm only really interested in 2 matches on SummerSlam. Now, like I said, the card could still be outstanding. You know what I mean? We don't know because but from what it's looking like, it's looking like they're grasping for straws here. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to put it.
It looks like they're condensing a whole bunch of matches. Like they're putting a lot of wrestlers in rings for like one match, and forgetting that there's 4 hours to work with here. So with that being said, Randy, you have anything to add to the Cody Rhodes situation?
Well, I mean, the only thing I can say is like this. Cody Rhodes go out there and do what he's told. And I mean, the kid, they can give him shit, he'll figure out a way to sell shit. And I mean that, and that's a testament to him, his upbringing, his pops, his older brother Goldust, aka Dustin, where they just go out there and do their fucking job. You do what you gotta do, get in, get out. And fucking make it look good. So, I mean, all props to fucking Stardust, aka Cody, and his fine ass wife.
And also on Monday Night Raw, the reigning, defending WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins looked good again. Had a great match with Randy Orton after Randy Orton had to go through a triple threat match to qualify to get into the main event against the champion. A lot of people saw the little comments Randy Orton gave about Kevin Owens and taking a shot at his weight and stuff. We're going to find out later in the news and notes section why that actually took place. But, with all that being said, Seth Rollins, he turned in another good Monday Night Raw, and he's looking good going into SummerSlam.
Well, I think that was foul, like how he made those comments about Kevin. Well, I'm not saying Randy per se, but
he said him.
Creative. He said him, but creative told him. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was foul. But Randy could have put his foot down and said, hey, I'm not going to say this. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do him like this, but he doesn't give a fuck.
No, that's why I said Orton don't give a shit, because Orton's a made man.
Yeah.
So he can sit there and tell him, like, no, I ain't going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And they going to stop it right there.
Yeah.
But
he chose
Orton being a D-bag that he is, and he's a well-known D-bag, like, hey, I'll go out there and say it, so what? Like, shit, nigga. You can't even wrestle.
Jealous.
You can't even wrestle around Kevin Owens at this stage of your career.
Yeah, he's just jealous.
I mean, Orton, you got to be better than that. You see, and then it makes you think about the shit that Mr. Kennedy said back in the days about him.
Yeah.
I mean, it really makes you sit back and think like him and Cena was fucking calling shots to people like, nah, he gotta go, and then it makes you really think like you that type of scumbag where you would sit there, come out and say some shit. about somebody's weight. I mean, and then it's not like the dude is fucking mortally obese.
He's not really a big guy
He has
to me
a
at
gut.
all.
He has a beard gut.
He's a small guy.
And I'm sorry. If you want to talk about the fat guy, go look at his fine ass wife that he got 2 kids with. Damn near look better than fucking Randy Orton's girl that he just got engaged to.
The one from the shooting range.
Yeah, she
With
has
the
a nice
cheeks.
ass.
With the cheeks. So with that being said, that was pretty much Monday Night Raw in a nutshell. You know, the Monday Night Raw that's going to come up this following week, this was going to have to set it off to get you ready for SummerSlam. I mean, it's already bad enough SummerSlam is going to be in New York and not LA. So, I mean, they got to do something to try to set it off. Moving on in the week, you know, we had TNA Impact Wrestling. They did their show where, you know, the majority of the show was TNA versus Global Force Wrestling. To me, what it looks like is Global Force doesn't have a television home, so they're using TNA's programming right now. That's the way I look at it. I don't know if they'll ever get their own TV home. You know, we had so much hopes for this promotion and everything like that, but Global Force Wrestling to me is just a subdivision of TNA at this point. Exactly. Until it goes independent on its own, I look at Global Force as a poor version of the NWO, trying to be a company within a company, you know, and stuff like that. They got to get their own TV shit. They're doing this because they need the TV time. Yeah. And they're trying to help people walk across that bridge from TNA, you know, once they fold in October to move over to fucking Global Force Wrestling. So there was a lineup of matches there. You saw a lot of the Global Force talent in action. You know, Chris Masters, I think it's Mordecai now.
Mordeski.
Yeah, and you know, PJ Black turned in victory. He won the King of the Mountain at the end of the match after everyone qualified to get in the match.
Shit, we knew that about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know it's predetermined and very predetermined.
But see, here's the thing, though. You know, we give TNA a lot of shit, justifiably so, because, you know, they put out a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So we give them shit. But last week's broadcast of TNA wasn't that bad, man.
No,
I mean,
no.
only really match that I can find a problem with was that bum lazy broad Tapia versus Awesome Kong. She couldn't even stay in the ring long enough. She was blown up by the first minute of the match. She was lost, she was blown up, and she sucks. You know what I'm saying? That's a damn shame what Awesome Kong has to do to have to face these cats. You know what I mean? Put her in again. TNA needs to build back up their women's division. But I don't think they're going to, because what the WWE's doing over there in NXT, that's where all the women are going. And they're just getting the rejects that the WWE don't want. You know what I mean? So, good luck with that one. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, they're showing what's actually pretty good. I actually was interested in the show. I watched the whole show. I didn't turn all like, this shit sucks. You know what I mean? I didn't turn it, you know what I mean, and go watch Dominion or something else, you know, or Graceland. No, I sat there and watched the whole show. Why? Because it was interesting. I actually liked it. I enjoyed the wrestling, especially in the tag team match with Kurt Hopkins and that guy that looks like Bruiser Brody when he was 21 against the Wolves. I mean, hey, that guy can go. And Hopkins showed that he still has a lot left in the tank. He got a lot in his gut now, but he still has a lot left in the tank. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know, it is what it is. I thought it was a good show. Justin Black fucked up, well, whatever his name is, PJ Black, you know, Justin Gabriel, that dude, he did a 450 splash from the damn, from the top of the ladder and got all knees up into Bobby Lashley's chest. I mean, or Eric Young's chest, whoever he did it on. I bet they went and talked to him in the back about that when he got in the back. So we'll see.
My whole thing with that match is it's too goddamn confusing for me. They got fucking penalty boxes out there like it's hockey.
Yeah, man.
And you're not taking the belt off the top. You're putting the belt on.
You're the king of the mountain because you took the belt and put it. It doesn't.
I understand. Like you want to be different, right?
Yeah.
I understand you want to be different. That's why you got this fucked up looking ass ring, you know, and you want to put this match on, which is ass backwards to say the least. It's not working. If you just have some good wrestling with the basic topics, it would be okay. Now the qualifying match with Bobby Lashley and who was that Lashley winning against, Randy?
Mr. Spectacular, Jesse Goddard.
Right. I gotta say, Jesse looked all right.
Yeah, he did.
And I don't like Jesse.
No.
Jesse's just a bodybuilder that they told to go wrestle, like a Rob Terry kind of.
You just go tell him to say, flip your tits and
But you
Get
know
out
what?
there.
But you know what?
That's
But you know what? He's doing the best he can out there. He hung in there with.
He's gotten better.
He's gotten better.
Because you got to look at the testament of a guy like, okay, yeah, he sucks, and we know he still ain't there where he needs to be. But look at the progression; he's getting better. You know, I mean, we were just talking about football in there, and we were talking about Tannehill. Tannehill's not a top 5, top 10 quarterback, but Tannehill's getting better, and you can see that. You know what I mean? And you can also see that in Goddard. Goddard has got better. Working with Robbie E has paid off.
And Robbie E, man, he's totally out of the whole.
Oh yeah, that whole bromance thing.
Now he's just
Robbie E just basically wrestling and getting it done. Yeah. And if he's smart, he'll be over at NXT because Robbie E can go.
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
good.
He's
He's a good indie
good.
guy.
Yeah,
I ain't got no problem with that at all. And then Ethan Carter III. Oh, sorry, Randy, cut you off.
Oh no, I was gonna just say, with this whole Global Force TNA fucking invasion or whatever the fuck is not supposed to be.
Yeah.
They matched up the wrong people. I'm like, okay, if that week, if you got Shelton Benjamin on your speed dial, whatever, you get his ass over there. You get people you know that can go. You trying to showcase your promotion, right? It's like that other kid that's supposed to be under contract. Was it Andrew Everett? That kid's money. I seen a match with him and Ricochet on the independent. Money. Because he's just as agile as Ricochet. And I'm like, why you ain't got him over there? You should be showcasing him. And that fucking, what's that, Barbarian's daughter, Lady Tapia, whatever the fuck? She needs to retire. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and say it. To me, the fucking Texas Tornado's daughter was the worst motherfucker I ever seen in the ring. I'm sorry, she just took the shit from her.
And when did Kerry Von Erich's daughter wrestle?
When she was Lacey Von Erich in TNA.
Oh God, she sucked.
She was a member of the Beautiful People at one time.
Oh, she sucks.
That girl, she's worse than her. I'm sorry. I could at least watch her, and she did one thing right. That girl didn't do shit right. She's the same shit show I remember when she was in TNA. Jeff, if you hitching your wagon to that horse you need to shoot it.
I can see why.
I'm sorry. I get it. She's huge. She's 6'2" or 3. She was taller than fucking Awesome Kong in the ring. And poor Awesome Kong, she looked like she's out of it. She ain't got that same desire no more. Cause shit, she looked like shit in there.
She ain't got no talent to face.
But
I don't know.
She looked like shit in there.
To me, the match, they were both sucking there like Piper and Hogan back in the day.
Best cage match we ever seen.
Yeah, they were both sucking there, and Suge Knight was out there cheerleading. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Big Red.
Yeah, so you had that going on, but also too, Matt Hardy went out there and cut a promo with the reigning TNA champion. Ethan Carter III.
He wanted him.
And Ethan Carter III.
Just buried him.
He's just good, man. He's good on the mic, and I agree with you, Randy. Randy said this before. I don't know why they got Brodus Clay out there in his wrestling tights if he in a bodyguard capacity.
All the time.
He can have on some leather jacket.
He's ready.
He don't have to do that. Put him some sweats on.
He's ready. Yeah, the Italians back in the day.
Yeah. Even the times he came over there, when he first came over, he was wearing them. I'm like, why do you have him in his ring attire all the fucking time?
He's ready to wrestle. He's ready to wrestle.
Supposed to be, if your fucking the person you bodyguard is in the suit, that means he's not going. That means you could fucking be in your goddamn suit or something like that. Make him look legit. See, these the little nuances in wrestling that them motherfuckers don't get. That fat John Grubrick motherfucker who's over that shit look like a fake ass Vader. Just don't get it. Yep. It's like these little nuances. I'm like, you want to make Ethan Carter III look like money? If you're gonna have him a bodyguard, you gotta have a bodyguard look like money.
Yeah.
Well, and here's to when we were you had brought up about having other people there to put your company out there, which I agree with you. You could have had Shelton Benjamin, somebody there, but this is probably where they're coming from. They had the guys that's there this week. I'm not saying those are the only ones, but those are the ones that's probably going to be the main ones under contract, like they're actually with Global Force. Not there for just a couple appearances or two, and you know what I mean, make their money and get out. They're actually going to be there for Global Force, you know what I mean? So they're probably, Jeff Jarrett is looking like this, which I thought was a stupid idea, because you could have brought in Benjamin and them to just have the look of your organization looking better than what it was, you know, but he's looking at it like this. Okay, why should I show them if they're going to be in 1, 2 appearances and be out of there? He wants to showcase the Blacks, the Hopkins, that Bruiser Brody looking fucker, and that sorry ass Lady Tapia.
You know how I can answer that?
You know,
don't fucking advertise and say he signed with Global Force Wrestling.
He signed a couple matches with Global Force, but that don't mean he signed. You know, Shelton Benjamin, his allegiances and stuff like that are to Japan, and it's not going to be to Global Force.
What I'm saying is, don't advertise him like he's one of your people.
Well, of course they're going to.
If you're not going to fucking put him up on there, and I get what you're saying. You know, put the people that's going to be in the fucking foxhole with you.
But it's
I get
stupid,
that.
though. I mean,
but you got to put the names out there. Somebody that Shelton Benjamin. People don't see Shelton Benjamin no more. I mean, he was in Ring of Honor before they got a TV contract. I'm like, you put his ass out there, people will look, especially in that King of the Mountain match. That would have been a perfect match to put him in there.
Yeah. Instead of the Masterpiece up in there, but you know, I'd rather the Masterpiece.
I mean, I get that. You have a power person. Okay, you got Bobby Lashley, right? They have Bobby Lashley, the Masterpiece, Eric. See, I get why they had to do that because it's supposed to be a TNA.
Yeah.
Eric Young, fucking PJ Black, and fucking who's the
fucking Robert.
No, it wasn't Robert. It was
Robbie,
Robbie. I'm sorry, you could have ejected his ass out of there. I'm sorry. You need names in there.
Yeah, I can see.
That's all I'm saying, man.
So that was pretty much TNA in a nutshell. Oh yeah, and Robert Roode yelling at Jeff Jarrett in the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Robert Roode beating Rockstar Split's ass first, then going to yell at
and Drew Galloway being found knocked out in the back. Which TNA seems to do every fucking week.
Somebody fiend him. It's chains around him. So whoever fucking doing it, hitting people with chains.
Jarrett. Yeah. Jarrett. That's gonna start the whole thing with him and Dixon. It's Jarrett doing that, or somebody he has doing it. Moving on.
Moving on to Ring of Honor wrestling this week. Amar, you go ahead and take that.
Well, I say it was out of the three good matches they had, I would say that the main event was damn good, and that was between the Kingdom and the Red Dragons. And we saw possibly a rift between the Kingdom again, where one of the members from the Kingdom that has a relationship with one of the members from the Red Dragons came to the Red Dragons' aid after the Kingdom was doing a little bit of overkill and wasn't showing that sign of the code of honor, as they say, for Ring of Honor. So, you know, he stepped in the middle, stepped his foot in some shit, and now let's see where they go from there. But it was apparent that eventually it looks like they got caught up because the Kingdom does not have the IWGP Tag Team titles anymore. Means, you know, they're actually caught up to the times, which they don't have it anymore. Because last week they had the titles. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
They lost it like a month ago. But anyway, okay. Point is, I want to really make up, hey, Jay Lethal is money.
And Jay Lethal is the reigning Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion and
television champion. And I mean, the dude's money on the mic. The dude's good in the ring. I mean, God, man. Jay Lethal, TNA, that's another one. TNA, you're an idiot.
They had Jay Lethal.
You had him. You had him. And imagine Jay Lethal right now with Ethan Carter III instead of Matt Hardy.
Would have been great.
Golly. You know, you guys just missed the ball. Jay Lethal is money. On the mic, he is so believable that he is the champion, and there is nobody better than him in the world, even though we know there's people better than him. But he will make a casual fan, a wrestling fan, believe that he is the done-dada of wrestling, period. I mean, this dude is good. You know what I mean? It's enough cannot be said about Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, you need to get a bigger shot somewhere else. Start looking into that, please.
And so that was pretty much Ring of Honor in a nutshell, and Lucha Underground, as we said before, is away on their hiatus since their season finale.
And the only thing was like NXT, basically NXT setting up for the takeover. For the takeover, you got fucking
which is the night before SummerSlam, right?
That is correct.
Who's this new black dude that they talk about showcasing and taking over?
Oh, that's Yuha Nation, independent.
UA, one of them.
Point is, the dude is legit.
Okay.
You can look him up on fucking YouTube. Got a fucking playlist. He's agile. The dude's in shape. He could be their next
big
black superstar.
I haven't seen him in action. Hopefully this weekend I'll get a chance to check him out on Takeover to really make an assumption about the guy. I ain't seen him.
Well, hopefully he doesn't have a coke problem and messing with white girls like Ahmed Johnson.
Ooh.
I'm just messing with you there. That's just a tidbit from last week.
Where the hell that came from?
Man, I can imagine how Chris Candido felt when he was waiting for it to get back.
Oh God!
He got super kicked. Coochie got super kicked.
Okay. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so that's set up. You got the contract signed for Bailey and Sasha for the
NXT Women's Championship.
NXT title for the takeover. You got they set up for Samoa Joe versus Baron Corbin, which I'm excited to see. It's WWE need to think about this. It's a bad thing when the goddamn NXT card is starting to look better than SummerSlam. It's something wrong with that.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up. Here's the thing with this shit, right? If you ain't got but 2 hours of shit at SummerSlam, then you use the other 2 hours for NXT, you scrap the goddamn Saturday show, you have a goddamn super show at SummerSlam. That's all you gotta do.
I said they should have did that at WrestleMania.
And you can fix this shit real quick. If you only got 2 hours worth of content, because that's all it look like to me right now, you got 2 hours worth of content for SummerSlam, you might as well let the NXT carry the first 2 hours.
See, they fucked up too.
But you know what they scared of?
You had Sting, you could have put Sting in the match. I mean, you want to make this shit more and more motherfucking legit, you could have put him in the match. But they feel like it's too much star overkill because they got the fucking green arrow. Like, no, that's just your fucking social star, your media star. No, your wrestling star, you get that shit done.
But you know what the problem is, and I think we all know. They don't want NXT to go out there on the same card and make the main roster look bad. That's what it is. But I'm sorry.
They already made the main roster look bad.
If it's the same product and the same programming, you need to do it anyway.
It's only
You're gonna get your buy rates for SummerSlam.
You only look at that. It's only a handful of people that ain't getting outworked. Over that. Oh, you got. We can pretty much say all 3 members of the Shield. They all busting their ass. So you take them, put them to the side. Then you got Cesaro. You got Neville, who just came up. You got fucking who else?
Owens.
Kevin Owens busting his ass. It's only maybe 10 people. Johnny Cena, I'll put him in there too.
Yeah.
Because he's been working his ass off. And let's be honest, John Cena was just blah until he got with CM Punk. And CM Punk raised his game up. And John Cena's been on a freight train for the last few years. And that's the truth. That's the truth.
Okay, so pretty much as we're going into this realm of SummerSlam, the WWE Smackdown program tuned in pretty much the usual meat and potatoes. I mean, was there anything that you guys saw that stood out this week as far as WWE
The main
Smackdown?
event, the tag team match.
The tag team match between
What was that? Cesaro and Neville.
Neville versus Seth Rollins and Owens.
There you go.
I mean,
That was money.
Money match.
I mean, but with those 4,
Yeah,
how could it not be money?
You had Roman Reigns
Luke Harper.
and Luke Harper was money. That's what I'm saying. And it's something great when you got 2 big guys. I mean, Luke Harper a little bit bigger than Roman Reigns, but they can sit there and work together.
Luke Harper can go though.
Shit, every week, past week, I keep telling you, Roman Reigns, you gotta watch that boy. That boy's showing that he belongs. And you see, and I give him credit. He don't play off the fucking Samoan family shit. He don't do none of that shit. He go out there and do his fucking job. Now, the only thing I'm gonna say,
Well,
it's gonna
off the Samoan thing because he said he's Samoan badass.
Yeah, well, I say that, but yeah, you know, but the dude's a Samoan badass. What I'm saying is,
He's actually half Samoan, right? Ain't his mom white?
She looked like it.
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
You know, like that little Katie.
She is.
She's a little Katie Lang situation.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, that's cool though.
Well, you know, it's a lot of that.
We all biracial.
Yeah.
If you light skinned, you mix with something.
So basically, in a nutshell, that was the programs for the week. Go ahead and slide us those news and notes, Randy, and see what's really checking out behind the scenes.
Oh, God. All right, we gonna start off. Ronda Rousey opened up to a WWE career after USC. She was asked in the interview, and she said she definitely. I mean, let's just be honest. We talked about this shit before.
Now this bitch is gonna get time on our show. Go ahead.
Hey.
I'm tired of hearing about her fucking ass.
Hey,
like, I'm gonna be real.
She was at WrestleMania, Jack.
That's fine, but goddamn, Rousey's here, Rousey's there, Rousey's here. I'm tired of hearing about her ass.
Look.
All right, fine.
Look.
You beat up all the women they put in front of you, and you talk shit. They consider you to be a great human being. When Mayweather does it, you're public enemy #1. It's okay. I understand.
Okay.
You know, and they just love to keep talking about her ass. But on this show, we gotta have some kind of clarity here. You say a little something about Ronda Rousey, and then we move the fuck on. I'm tired of hearing about her fucking ass.
Okay, you done? She should have been your kitchen bitch or something.
No, she's not my kitchen bitch because it's not.
Or just society.
It's not Ronda. It's not Ronda herself. It's just everybody fucking
Okay.
shoving her to you.
Okay.
It's like, God,
It's not.
damn,
It's,
okay.
You got to realize this.
Fuck.
As we get off the subject for a second.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like this, Jack. The point is the whole the Mayweather thing. That's the linchpin because it just don't be Mayweather. It just Mayweather and this person. Everybody keep taking shots. That's all it is.
All right.
Now, moving on. She says she's opened up to the shit. You know, it's a pretty much foregone conclusion. She will be in a WWE ring under fucking contract, and I would not be surprised she'd be at WrestleMania next year in some fucking capacity.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now because I already know where this is gonna go, and I'm gonna stop the hypocrisy before it starts. You better not say shit when she comes in and starts dominating all the women the way Brock Lesnar does the men and barely shows up, because that's what she's gonna do. Don't say it for Lesnar. You're not gonna say it for her.
But the only difference
I'm
is
stopping the hypocrisy before it starts, Jack.
It ain't gonna be no hypocrisy.
Yeah, I know it ain't, because I done put you on notice on the air, Jack. She just gets on my nerves, Randy. You know, I
Don't let it get personal, fella.
I look
It's
at
like
her.
this.
No, I look at her and I go, okay, she's a good fighter. She's fine. Until she fights Cyborg, I'm not sold on it.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. But at the same time,
You gotta tell that bitch to clean up.
But at the same time, they're sitting up here telling me over and over again, the media, over and over again, she's such a great person. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. She's the greatest fighter of all time.
But Cyborg actually went on ESPN on SportsCenter. And with
And her English is horrible.
Yeah, it is. It sure is.
It's horrible. And ESPN was trying to pick her apart.
Yeah.
Bro.
In the middle of all them picking her apart and her English being so horrible, she did say she will do the Olympic style testing. Ronda Rousey, she's told her on multiple occasions, and Dana White, she'll do the Olympic style testing. She wants to fight, and they keep passing her over and giving her to other people because they don't want Rousey to lose.
Let me tell you something, and thank you,
They don't want her to lose.
thank you, goddammit. I've been saying that shit from day one. It ain't Look, I don't have a problem with Ronda Rousey. It's not Ronda Rousey.
It sounds like
It's
you.
no, it's not
Dana
Ronda
White.
Rousey. It's the machine behind her. Because you know what? Ronda Rousey ain't got no problem. She'll go out there and fight that girl tomorrow. No problem. It's Dana White keeping that shit from happening. Because, like I said, if Ronda Rousey goes down, yeah,
she can go down
if Ronda
in that
Rousey goes down, and if she goes down bad,
Yeah.
you know, that's it for the UFC.
It is.
And you used to say this shit all the fucking time about Dana White's so-called favorites. She is his favorite of all time. I ain't never seen him go out on a limb like he do for her, like he done for any other fighter. We knew who his fucking favorite people were.
Okay.
Forrest Griffin, Josh Koscheck, George St. Pierre, Matt Hughes when he was in there, Tito Ortiz in the
Chris Lee.
beginning.
What's his name? Chuck Liddell he was a manager of Chuck Liddell.
Okay, we know who Dana White looked out for. You know what I'm saying? But
You can tell
nothing
motherfuckers
like
that
this.
lost a shitload of fights that still had a job.
Bro, nothing
And
like
then
this.
Somebody else.
Nothing
lose a
like
fight
this
or
girl.
two.
They're
They gone.
You know? Like I said, I don't have a problem with her. She's doing her job. I got no problem with her. It's the machine behind her, not her. And I
Okay,
and I wanted that to be clarified on the
you
show.
gotta make sure you point it out that way. Because you be saying, Ronda Rousey.
No, what I'm saying is, goddamn,
That's the only
I'm
difference.
just tired of hearing about it all the time. It's like, let her
When
be a fighter.
When you know when it's somebody big like that, it goes legit.
No,
And
I
they-
understand
and
that.
They do that.
I understand that, but before you can call her the greatest fighter in the world, there's still some
Now, I don't
names
know
on
why,
that
see,
list.
but-
There's still some names on that list
but
that
see-
need to be checked off.
but see,
And
that's
it's
the
not
problem.
her fault that it ain't happening.
But see, that's
it's
the
her
problem.
promoter.
See, but that's the problem. ESPN.
Dana White like a fake ass Bob Arum.
No, he tried to be a fake ass Vince McMahon.
That too.
That's his idol.
And that too.
That what he don't say. If you notice, he
Talk
tried
shit
to.
about wrestling.
He tried to model the UFC
and then you turn
after
around and
the
do all that
WWE.
shit. They ain't had no
everybody
music on their interests and none of that shit.
It's the
Cutting
WWE
promos
for
before the
fight.
fight.
Mm-hmm.
You want a kitchen bitch segment because you seem like you got a lot.
No, you right. Go ahead on, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, got a little sidetrack here. Got a little sidetrack.
Hey.
We here.
You done?
Yeah. Sorry.
WWE officials may be souring on Kevin Owens' push because of his weight.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
According to
I'm finished.
Sorry.
According to Dave Metzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter,
Also known for covering PWI and in the UFC when wrestling was dying a slow death. He moved over from wrestling to there. Dave Meltzer is very known in the journalist industry as far as professional wrestling and MMA. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I like the guy. I've always liked Dave Meltzer.
I see you.
He's a good guy, good journalist.
Okay.
Usually
that line was
when he says something, you can take it for what it's worth. You know,
Uh-huh.
he doesn't put out a lot of
Okay.
bullshit. I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
know we're at time.
Yeah. Yes. Well, you know.
All right. Proving that Owens can succeed on the big stage. There were reports last year that WWE Executive President of Television Production Kevin Dunn will go out of his way to bury former talents including Adam Rose, Bo Dallas. The plan was for Dunn to stick it to the likes like Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, who have both been behind the NXT rising since its inception. Owens is scheduled to challenge Finn Balor for the NXT title at TakeOver, and a non-confirmed bouts against Cesaro waiting for him. Now it's confirmed at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you got a fucking power struggle in the fucking WWE, where you got fucking Kevin Dunn, you got motherfucking Triple H and Vince, and Vince and Stephanie. You got Vince on the top, and then you got this power struggle. I don't know why they put so much faith in fucking Kevin Dunn. Like, that dude has showed you in the past he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So that's with that shit.
So pretty much what it sounds like to me is they're gonna try to sandbag Kevin Owens, you know, because look at this. Now you check this out, Jack. He gonna wrestle a gem of a match against fucking
that's
Finn
probably-
Balor the night before, right?
Yeah.
But they're expecting him to blow up the following night against Cesaro.
Yeah.
And once he starts blowing up, here comes that fucking weight shit again. Because you know that he's gonna wrestle his ass off for the NXT title against Finn Balor the night before. And then he's gonna have to turn around the very next night, sore and everything else, and go hard ham with fucking Cesaro. And if he takes even a deep breath, or he even looks like he's getting tired, they're gonna try to play that fucking weight shit in there. Motherfuckers. What else you got?
Oh yeah, if nobody missed it, John Cena's cleared. He appeared on Tough Enough. You can see his nose.
Yeah, my son watched it.
It's all legit. Where
He's ready to go.
he's ready to go now.
Wow, he just never ceases to amaze me with this shit. Another fucking quick surgery where he
Dude's
should
like
have
a
been
real
sitting
life
out.
Wolverine.
Yeah, he should have been sitting at home, you know, because you figure with a broke nose, all this goes black and everything's all fucked up for at least a couple of weeks and stuff. And if he's gonna get out there and wrestle at SummerSlam, goddamn, Johnny.
Next, Paul Heyman's pushing possibly a huge WWE change. There's a credible report that WWE officials are scheduled to meet with officials from WWE and parent company Evolve later this month during the SummerSlam weekend in New York to discuss how can they further talks establishing a working relationship. Paul Heyman is reportedly an advocate for the deal and has been pushing the WWE top officials to get the deal going. It's also to be said, Heyman is pushing for them to hire famed Booker Gabe supposedly as talent scout if it turns out the WWE is interested in financially supporting WWE Evolve through the working relationship. So basically trying to get another whole ECW, how Vince was sliding them money on the side,
Yeah.
keep them fucking going. And I mean, Evolve be having some decent talent over there too.
Mhm.
So I mean, it might be a good fucking relationship.
The only thing, okay, now here I go again. The only thing that kind of sidetracks me from that is if it's a good idea and it comes from Paul Heyman, they're gonna shut it down. They're not gonna take it.
The
You
only
know
way,
what I mean?
the only way I wouldn't say that if it's beneficial, because they know they need to widen up their talent pool. It's like, okay, we can't just keep picking from Ring of Honor. It's like, okay, let's go to ECW. I mean, not ECW. Let's go to TNA. Let's go, maybe Global Force. Let's go to fucking New Japan.
Well, hey,
I'm like, I don't understand that. I
It
say
ain't
it
like
every
they
fucking
ain't
week.
tried.
I say it
A
every
lot
fucking
of
week.
TNA's talent is just stubborn. It ain't like they ain't had the
They
opportunity.
didn't want to go to NXT.
They ain't want to go. It ain't like the WWE ain't tried.
It's like New Japan, they should really start, and I'm thinking they starting to open their horizons to the New Japan thing.
You bring a Jushin Liger over, that's big, dude.
I mean, that's gonna be that's a one-time deal.
That's huge, though.
But I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, somebody like Ricochet, I'm sorry, Prince Puma, he should have a WWE contract. It's a fucking crying shame.
You never know. He might get one coming up.
Global Force Wrestling talent at WWE taping. Global Force Wrestling announcer and former UFC fighter Chael Sonnen was in attendance at Smackdown. He had a meeting behind closed doors in the back. Let's see. You got the WWE Championship confirmed. Adam Rose said Leo Kruger's gone. Let's see. Here, because we didn't go over this. The redo WWE SummerSlam card. You got Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. You got the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match, primetime players, Lucha Dragons, New Day, and the Los Matadores. You got the Intercontinental Championship match, Ride Bitch, The Miz, and The Big Show You got the Divas 3-team elimination team, Bad Team, Bella Team, PCP. That's not a good name.
PCB,
Yeah,
bro.
no.
PCB.
Not Sherm, homie.
Damn.
Goddamn.
They put PCP.
It's PCB, bro.
That's what I said.
Goddamn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Paige
Stardust.
Charlotte
Then
Day.
you got Stardust and King Barry versus Neville and Stephen Amell, aka the Green
Green Arrow.
fucking Arrow.
Alright, so 6 matches on the card.
Yeah. Well, I think that's 7. But
That's 6. I counted them as you went through them.
I'm sure you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, then you got to forget Cesaro
And KO.
Kevin Owens. Okay, so that's inked. 7 matches, 4 hours.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know.
It's gonna be a lot of fucking
That's
talking. A lot of promos and everything else.
Oh yeah, Roddy Piper was honored on the Smackdown show. His family was there in Portland.
Oh, okay.
So that's good. That's...
And then Finn Balor this week teased that he could be a Paul Heyman guy at SummerSlam. He put a picture of him and Paul Heyman. You know, they've been kind of teasing it over the last few couple of months.
I hear you. I heard about it because he said also he wanted to fight the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He wanted to be the one to end it.
Yeah, but that we know that ain't gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
But see, but here's the thing with that though. You know, with the exception of Brock Lesnar as of late, Paul Heyman really hasn't, because, like, to be a Paul Heyman guy, I'm sorry, Cesaro should have been the ultimate Paul Heyman guy. And they opened that storyline up and then they closed it right away. It's like, God damn it. You know?
Stupid.
Alright, what else you got?
Okay, reasons why WWE didn't bring back Sting for SummerSlam. The reason why the WWE went against for using Sting at SummerSlam because they felt like the card was already stacked with tons of high profile talent like The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, and Stephen Amell. It is possible that Sting can help hook the WWE subscribers in September for Night of Champions event, which takes place in his current home state of Texas. If Sting does not return in September, most likely he will be using a 6-man tag with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose against the Wyatt family, and that's if Roman is cleared by then, because he should be coming up, because he's been gone for some months. He should be almost clear to come back to action.
Okay.
So
All
we
right.
got that, and then we're gonna try to round this shit out because it's just hot out
Yeah,
here.
it is.
Let's see. Roman Reigns, said it was okay. He didn't understand why a fan cracked him in the back of the head with a briefcase. You got the WWE bringing back the Divas search in a different format.
Great job.
I mean, they found a lot of talent off of this. You got the Elimination Chamber. That crowd in what was that? In, Corpus Christi, Texas, was ranked at 11 worst wrestling crowds in wrestling history.
I agree.
That's kind of bad.
I agree.
You had one of the big stories out of the week. You had
The bum rush.
the bum rush. You had China going to Roddy Piper's funeral.
And she, what did she do? She crashed Roddy Piper's funeral because she was not invited.
They had a couple. I seen a couple of different stories, a couple of different sources. It started out with X-Pac saying it, and then you had people at the funeral saying like it didn't go down like how X-Pac tried to say it. And it's like, okay, you can kind of understand because X-Pac's trying to be back in the good graces of WWE. Plus, he used to bang China, and China used to bang Triple H. So it's kind of like a weird triangle. Then China and Triple H was together, and then he started banging Stephanie on the side. So it's a lot of these little things. So it's kind of hard to take. But people from there say she approached him, and they said basically what she told Triple H, she was sorry for what she said. So maybe the stuff about Triple H paintbrushing her wasn't all
Trying
true.
to get that. She's trying to get back in the Hall of Fame.
She wanted to get in the Hall of Fame, so it might have been true. And then you got the other story: Vince McMahon skipped Piper's funeral.
Yeah, I didn't like that. You should have been there, man.
Yeah, for real.
And then you got backstage with Kurt. Most likely Kurt probably back in the next set of TNA Tapings October.
Who gives a shit?
Oh, so his next surgery, he's okay though.
Yeah, they went in there, cleaned it up. Then you got Owen Hart's DVD, Heart of Gold, be coming out in December.
Finally.
And most likely the sad part is they probably gonna get sued because they went against his damn wife for doing this.
Whatever.
Ain't no whatever. They get that broad had made a lot of money. She made like at least what? I think they gave him like 30 million when on failed,
that's what
and
I'm
then
saying.
she sued him again for the Heart DVD.
Yeah.
When they did that one, she sued him again.
But see, now if they get in front of a right judge, she can't keep suing him for that because really, Vince holds the rights because Owen was a character and under the WWE, so they could put out a DVD if they
Not
want.
only that, but why do you
know what
want
I
to
mean?
keep your husband from being out there
Out
like
there.
that?
Fucking,
This is what he worked hard
she's
for.
a wanker bitch. I'm sorry.
This is what he worked hard for. Why do you want
Sorry.
to keep shutting down his
On
exposure?
Hart's wife can go straight to hell.
Because most likely, to be all honesty, he probably didn't want to do that Blue Blazer shit no more. And we all knew Owen was getting the shit because of what happened with Brett and them dudes leaving. And that's what she probably holding that vengeance. Like, you knew my cousin, her husband, shouldn't have been doing that character.
They from Canada, bro. Not
Chicago.
Not Chattanooga, Tennessee. Or some shit.
With her husband, shouldn't have been doing that character no more.
Deliverance.
Which means he wouldn't have been coming from the rafters. Which means most likely Owen Hart probably still be alive.
How long ago was that? She got to get over that, man.
Okay, but you think about it. That was the love of your life.
I understand, but you
And
can't mourn like that because that's
father
not,
her
that's
kids.
But that's not. But that.
Her
But that's
kids
not,
don't have a father no
But I
more.
understand
At the same
that, but
time,
that's
though,
not
Randy,
condensive to your children.
The thing
I
is,
mean,
you got to
you're-
think about Owen Hart and his whole
and
body
what
of
he
work.
wanted. And what he wanted.
And this is not for the WWE.
It's
This
not
is
about
for
you.
the fans.
But see, you gotta remember, it was a thing. Owen Hart, everybody knew Owen Hart was finna hit that ejection.
Well, we know he was leaving, but
And
what I'm
he
saying
wanted-
is
he
this
wanted
is
out.
for the
But
fans.
this is all
though.
about
This is
what
not
he
for-
wanted. He would have wanted the fans to have.
Yeah, this is for the
a piece of
fans,
it.
man. This
You know
ain't
what I
for
mean? It's not
WWE.
about
The
her.
only thing, that's what I'm saying, playing double.
And then she gonna get money from it. So kick back.
Yeah,
lady.
exactly.
You know what I mean? You're gonna get paid. Kick
like,
back.
Like you need some more money.
Yeah,
God
kick
damn.
back. Give it to some bums that's in Canada.
Unless she got, I'll tell you what. Unless she got a motherfucker like Jimmy Woods, like on Casino, telling her to do all this shit to get the money on the side,
Yeah.
she ain't broke.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right.
Okay. Moving on.
Catch that nigga slipping in that.
A Hulk Hogan
man.
story. Hulk Hogan missed his call from agent for the indoor grill back in the days. Ever since then, because Hulk Hogan was the first choice for the George Foreman grill.
It was supposed to be Hogan.
And fucking George Foreman has earned over $200 million from that.
God
Can you just
damn.
imagine if Hogan would have made that call? Linda would have taken him for more, first off. And then secondly, he still would have had some money to survive.
Yeah.
No, because see, and Hogan told that in his show, and Hogan knows best. You know what I'm saying? When he had that show, he said that he was supposed to be the guy for the George Foreman grill, but he missed the call, and George.
But
Foreman
you can't guarantee what Hogan's selling is.
It wasn't as sold as
made no
much.
$200 million. Like
Foreman was just a
Foreman was better at it. You know, it's just the way it is. Had us all eating grilled chicken in 5 minutes.
Let's see. We got that. Oh, yeah. Most likely, Lucha Underground, it looked like it's probably going to be a go for season 2. So they're just trying to find a broadcast partner in Mexico.
Mexico to help out.
And oh yeah, the big story. I say we can end this. We can end this news and notes on this. Come back to China, because China said Vince gave her an ultimatum back in the days. It was either Wrestle do the Playboy, or he was gonna make her WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and she wanted to do the Playboy because she's got her face done, her tits was up, and everything.
To me, and I'm gonna be real with you about
I'm glad
that.
she didn't.
I think that story was 100% unequivocal bullshit.
Yeah, but see,
Because being a WWE World Heavyweight Champion would have been way more than that Playboy bullshit. Because if she would have been the first ever World Heavyweight Champion, whether the bitch went out there and gave niggas the back door to China or not, she would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer just because of that.
but see where you lose that argument where you say is she was a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. That's where you lose that argument. Because they put that belt.
They would never put the big belt on her.
You never know, because China was big. People forget.
China was big, but that
People
wouldn't have been
forget.
believable.
People forget China was big. Nobody's saying she was gonna have this long ass fucking title reign.
China was
But
big,
put
but
the-
that wouldn't have been believable at that time.
I mean, hell, it would have been more believable than David Arquette being champion.
Yeah, maybe.
And that is news and notes.
Kitchen bitch time. Fucking WCW, you motherfuckers. You see how this David Arquette shit just keeps coming up? No matter what I say about a fucked up ass champion, it ain't never gonna compare to you putting a motherfucker from Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the goddamn driver's seat. You had a wrestler like Chris Benoit bust his fucking ass from sunlight to sunset, and you try to slide it under the door to him in the last fucking match against Sid Vicious, and he worked his whole fucking life for that goddamn title. You had a guy like Booker T, who was never gonna get the goddamn title, and if it wasn't for Hogan being such of a douchebag he was, and making Jeff Jarrett lay down on the fucking ground, and Vince Russo cut that Titanic promo on your ass, Booker T would have never got the nod. But it's okay to give it to David Arquette to promote a movie that ain't even on fucking DVD anymore. They stopped making it because it's fucking that bad.
The movie flopped.
Fucking WCW, I can't believe that shit, man.
Okay.
At one time or another, to me, that was the greatest wrestling promotion going.
You were wrong.
And they fucked it all up. No, because WWE had to change their strategy. No, WWE had to change their strategy to contend.
Yeah, I gotta call bullshit.
How you call bullshit?
I call bullshit.
What do you call the Attitude Era?
Hey.
That wasn't come about unless it was
the Attitude Era.
WCW.
Real shit. The Attitude Era was because
It wasn't on its way before that.
Motherfucking W.
How can it be?
That's why.
How can
it
it
had
be
nothing to
because
do with
how
that
can it
shit.
be because of ECW? ECW wasn't even half.
They fucking they took their shit off of ECW.
ECW wasn't even half the whole
Yeah,
America.
Go look that shit up.
No,
hey, and I want the people to fucking
go head to head
fucking
with
ECW
WCW.
change the fucking style of wrestling.
No, okay, now, look, I understand. Randy's right on one end. ECW did change the style of wrestling.
And that's
so
everybody
hold
changed.
on, let me finish.
It wasn't in everybody's homes. I didn't have access to ECW.
Okay, let me finish. It doesn't matter if you had access or not. It picked up steam. The magazines, the PWIs, the magazines, all kind of wrestling magazines had ECW. Everybody knew about ECW. There was tapes that was passed. Your homie had a tape. He recorded it. You know. I mean, but here, look. This is where I get off at. Yes, the Attitude Era came from the ECW because he had to change. They had to change their way of wrestling because of what ECW was doing, so they had to get more controversial. They had to get more hardcore. But it was WCW and the NWO and how they were spearheading that is what made Vince actually pull the card and say we need to do the Attitude Era because we need to trump ECW and we need to crush ECW before they get that far up, and we need to get rid of WCW right now. You know what I mean? And that was the only way that he was going to be able to do it. But it was because of ECW and WCW. But WCW is the reason why WWE had to step their game up because the NWO was running wild. Even though they stole it from each other.
Okay, with that being said, right? The truth needs to be said right now. They had the NWO, but that shit, honestly, real shit, that shit was a short time span.
But ECW wasn't going nowhere either.
Even though they stretched it out, they talked about the ratings shit for 2 fucking years. That NWO shit was only good for like a month or two.
No, it was going to bug for longer than a month.
After when they started getting that shit going, and everybody their mama was in NWO, it went to shit.
Oh yeah,
it went to shit. That's what I'm talking about. And then let's be honest with the wrestling. WCW wrestling sucked. And don't talk to me about that cruiserweight bullshit.
You don't want to hear it.
No.
If you don't understand that, there's no way to talk to you about it.
It ain't got nothing to do with
understanding. It's like talking to that
understanding.
fucking fold-up chair over there.
It got nothing to do
If you
with
don't fucking get it, you don't fucking get it.
Was the cruiserweight main event? No, it was motherfuckers like Piper and Hogan main event shit.
I have no choice.
You had motherfuckers with gold dust.
I had no
decisions. Cruiserweights
over
carried the
goddamn
card.
decision making.
They wasn't they on the first hour, right?
The cruiserweights,
and that was it, right?
The cruiserweights and the mid card carried
wasn't
that.
it a vanishing act? You didn't see him no more.
Yeah, they carried it, man.
My fault.
Cruiserweights and the mid carders carried that fucking shit.
Railroad, Belinko, all them.
Motherfucking the cruiserweights was on the second hour when they was getting long darted in trailers or getting powerbombed for no fucking reasons. Yeah, there you go.
Do you have a kitchen bitch or what? Because it's hot as fuck in here.
You got one?
No, my kitchen bitch is hot as shit.
Damn.
And we're bringing it to you live and direct in this hot ass garage. But we're getting it done in the studio for you, the wrestling fan.
No fucking AC.
No filter, no AC, no wind.
And we some fat motherfuckers in
and
here.
We are fat.
We big
and we're
niggas.
getting fucking done.
We hooked up with each other over here. It's hot as fuck out here.
That's my kitchen bitch. It's hot as hell.
That's why WWE ran their ass in New York. It's fucking hot out here.
Oh yeah, on the side note, before you get to the kitchen bitch, or I do, WWE filed a cease and desist against McMill. This poor guy, he's been getting the left.
He used Undertaker's theme song.
He's been getting. You can basically say he's been getting kitchen bitch by life. And I mean, everybody's been hitting that poor sap. They talk about Nicki Minaj left him, and then now they trying to take
Nicki Minaj left him?
No, she didn't. That was wrong. That was fake.
That's why I said they said that
I
shit.
thought she was pregnant with his kid.
Yeah.
See, there's so much shit going on out there, you don't fucking know what's real.
But
her booty ain't real. You know that.
I still, This is a family show. Women, spouses watch this show. We'll leave it at that. Do you have a kitchen bitch? Because it's hot as fuck.
Oh, man.
My drawers are sweating.
Okay, that's some shit you keep.
Man, you talking about
Keep it
DEFCON 5?
inside.
You talking about DEFCON 5? I'm going straight to the goddamn shower after this.
Man, for real.
And that shower gonna be cold, the motherfucker.
Good to know, Cool Breeze. Anyway, like I was saying.
Watch for the hook.
Oh God.
Dungeon Family was dope at one time.
At the end of the day, my kitchen bitch. I'm sorry. I go back. I say this. I'm gonna put it like this. My kitchen bitch is the week of wrestling. This was a down week. I mean, you had nice spots here and there. I mean, it was some shit that WWE lagged on. You had some shit that fucking TNA. To me, that fucking show. Other than I only like the tag team match. That TNA shit.
It was decent. I mean, it was better than what they've been putting out over the last, couple of years. It was a good show.
It's just a slow. It's just a slow week. I just took it as a slow week. I mean, you had weeks before that shit been popping.
Yeah.
And this was just a slow week. So my kitchen bitch is the week of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So to get ready to wrap this shit up, one more thing I want to say. Not only next week, it's fucking SummerSlam. But next week will be the year that WrestleHeads have been back on this motherfucking airways that we call YouTube. And then if you fucking click on Facebook, on there fucking too. So I want to say congratulations to all of us. It takes dedication to fucking get through this shit. Cause there be times, cause I didn't feel like doing this shit today. But
It's hot as fuck.
we stayed. We know it's hot as fuck. We stayed the course, and I'm glad that the fans, try to find us again. I mean, we was on years before. I mean, we had fucking production problems and shit like that. And I mean, we was off some months last year. We had some production problems, but we're back, and we're back to fucking stay.
And for all you people that when they came back on the show before I got here, that thought it wasn't gonna happen, that they thought it wasn't gonna work, you can't have a wrestling show, it's not gonna be better than this, it's not gonna be better than that. Hey, start eating crow, baby, because you were wrong. Because this show is here to stay. And not only has it risen up to the ladders, it's done got better all around. Because I tell you what, wrestling fans, we know good things, and this show is a good thing. Some shows are here, some shows go away, but wrestling heads are here to stay. And for you punk motherfuckers in wrestling organizations don't know how to cut a promo, that's better than what y'all did in the last fucking 3 or 4 years. I'm sorry. I'm talking about championship wrestling from Hollywood. Learn how to cut a goddamn promo. I'm not even a wrestler, and I can cut a fucking promo better than you. Get out of here.
I'm just happy to be here. See you next week.
See you next week.
Goddamn hot as fuck. Shit.
The only thing I didn't want fucking Stephen A. Smith to be my kitchen bitch again, but
He could have very well been. Shit.
Yes, he was in the running, but I'm like, I'm gonna change it up,
Fucking Skip Bayless, bro. The way he talked about Terrell Owens was criminal.
Out.